Welcome back to my YouTube channel Rare American Coins, where we explore the fascinating world of historical and rare coinage. Today we take a deep dive into a coin that has stirred curiosity among collectors, historians, and enthusiasts alike. The £1 1997 coin. This coin, while not American in origin, has found its way into the hands of many collectors across the United States and around the world due to its intricate design, rich backstory, and the global significance of the British monetary system as it evolved through the late 20th century. The £1 coin, minted in 1997, carries not only monetary value, but also historical and cultural importance. To understand this fully, we must journey back through time, tracing the roots of the pound sterling, the oldest currency still in use that dates back more than 12 centuries. The pound was originally a unit of weight used in Anglo-Saxon England and over time evolved into a symbol of economic stability and imperial power with the formalization of British coinage under King Henry II and the introduction of the silver penny in the 12th century. The foundations of British currency were solidified. By the time we arrive in the 20th century, the pound had already undergone several transformations, both in design and in material composition. The 1997 £1 coin was part of a new wave of currency issued by the Royal Mint as part of a series that sought to represent the four constituent countries of the United Kingdom: England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Each of these coins carried a unique design to represent the national identity, culture, and heritage of each country. The 1997 edition was dedicated to England and featured a powerful emblem, the three lions, which is one of the oldest and most recognized symbols of English heraldry. The three lions date back to the 12th century under the reign of King Richard I, also known as Richard the Lionheart, who adopted the symbol as part of his royal arms. The lions were not merely decorative, they were symbolic of bravery, strength, and nobility. Over the centuries, the symbol was adopted and adapted by various monarchs and became entrenched in the national consciousness, appearing on everything from royal crests to football jerseys and, of course, coins. The 1997 £1 coin was minted in nickel brass, giving it a distinct golden color that separated it visually from other denominations of the time. The edge of the coin bore the Latin inscription Decasi Tamen, which translates to an ornament and a safeguard, a phrase traditionally used on British coinage to prevent clipping or shaving of precious metals. This inscription also served as a subtle reminder of the coin's legacy and the importance of preserving the integrity of currency. Beyond its physical characteristics, the 1997 £1 coin emerged at a time of political and economic transition in the United Kingdom. The late 1990s saw the rise of New Labour under Tony Blair and the establishment of devolved governments in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. This political context adds a layer of significance to the coin as part of a series that celebrated unity while recognizing regional diversity. Each design served not just as legal tender but as a statement of identity, history, and pride. Collectors and historians have often speculated about the symbolic timing of the coin's release, its design, and the national sentiment it captured in numismatic circles. The 1997 £1 coin is often discussed not only for its aesthetics, but also for its place in the larger narrative of British coinage and its reflection of a nation negotiating its past and future. Additionally, this particular coin is sometimes found with minor variations or minting errors, which makes it even more interesting to collectors. Some of these include misaligned edges, irregular inscriptions, or slight shifts in the lion emblem. These variants can drastically affect the coin's value, especially if authenticated by professional numismatic organizations, and can become prized pieces in any serious collection. To further understand the 1997 £1 coin, we must also examine institution that has shaped not only British currency but also the global history of coin production. For centuries, the Royal Mint has been at the forefront of innovation, tradition, and quality, stretching back to its origins in the Tower of London to its modern facility in Llantrisant, Wales. Each coin that leaves the mint carries with it a story of craftsmanship, legacy, and trust. In the case of the 1997 £1 coin, the mint utilized advanced technologies and strict quality control to ensure that each piece met the highest standards. This was essential not just for commerce, but also to maintain the trust and confidence of the public, especially in an era when digital transactions were beginning to rise and physical currency had to assert its relevance. Furthermore, we can't ignore the cultural and artistic dimensions of the coin designed by the artist and sculptor. As we continue exploring coins like this here on Rare American Coins, we invite you to look beyond the surface of these everyday objects and discover the incredible history they hold. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a curious newcomer, there is always more to learn, more to uncover, and more to appreciate in the world of coins. Thank you for joining me again, and stay tuned as we dive even deeper into the hidden stories of rare and remarkable coins from around the world. Where each coin carries a story often forgotten or never known. Today, we journey into the fascinating world of the 1983 £1 coin, a coin not only valuable in its physical form but priceless in the history and context it carries. To understand the depth of this coin, we need to begin before 1983, before the coin was ever struck and before the idea was even proposed. We go back centuries into the legacy of the pound as a unit of currency in the United Kingdom, tracing its roots back to the 8th century when silver pennies were the backbone of the economy in the Anglo-Saxon period, where the term pound referred to a pound weight of silver and thus a unit of accounting. The currency evolved through time, marked by the introduction of coins under the reign of various monarchs and the economic transformations of the Middle Ages. The concept of the pound continued to change, but its name endured and adapted, from silver pennies to gold sovereigns, from hammered coins to milled edges, and finally into the modern decimal system. The British currency underwent a major transformation in 1971 when the United Kingdom moved from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to a decimal system, which made accounting and transactions easier and more standardized. This was a massive national change, and it required a complete redesign of the nation's coins. Following this reform, the pound note continued in use as there was no £1 coin yet, but discussions about creating a durable £1 coin began almost immediately. The note, while symbolic and historically respected, was prone to damage and had a shorter standardized. This was a massive national change, and it required a complete redesign of the nation's coins. Following this reform, the pound note continued in use as there was no £1 coin yet, but discussions about creating a durable £1 coin began almost immediately. The note, while symbolic and historically respected, was prone to damage and had a shorter lifespan compared to coins. As inflation and circulation demands grew, it became increasingly clear that a coin was necessary to replace the £1 note and to reduce the costs of currency production. Enter the year 1983, the year the Royal Mint introduced the first modern £1 coin, a coin that would become both a common part of everyday transactions and a treasure for collectors. This coin was more than just currency. It was a symbol of a new era of British money. The 1983 £1 coin was struck in nickel brass, giving it a distinctive golden color. Its diameter was 22.5 millimeters and it weighed 9.5 grams, making it thicker and heavier than most coins in circulation. It had a milled edge with an inscription which read Decus et tutem in Latin for an ornament and a safeguard, a phrase that traces its origins back to classical literature but was adopted as a motto of security for British coins to discourage counterfeiting. On the obverse, the coin featured a right-facing portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machen, a portrait that had already become iconic on stamps and coinage since its introduction in 1968. This was a young, yet composed portrayal of the monarch, symbolizing the continuity and strength of the British crown. On the reverse, the coin carried a design of the royal coat of arms of the United Kingdom, designed by Eric Sewell, a complex and detailed heraldic image that brought together symbols of England, Scotland, and Ireland representing the unity of the kingdom. The crowned shield flanked by the lion and the unicorn evoked a sense of tradition and legitimacy. But this coin is not just a coin, it is a snapshot of 1983, a year of political, social, and economic change in Britain. The early 1980s were a time of transition marked by the leadership of Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, economic restructuring, and a society shifting toward modernity. The coin captured this moment by being both traditional and modern, durable and elegant, everyday and collectible. It became an emblem of national identity and a tool of daily commerce. It was the first in a series of £1 coins that would over the years depict emblems and floral designs representing different parts of the United Kingdom, creating a sense of shared heritage and diversity within unity. The 1983 issue is especially significant to collectors because it was the first of its kind and produced only for a limited time. Although it was circulated widely, many of these coins were hoarded by collectors right from the start. And the Royal Mint also released special sets for numismatists, including brilliant uncirculated and proof versions struck with extra care and polished dies to enhance the details and shine of the design. There are small variations and of these coins more desirable than others, including alignment errors and strike differences, which are now studied closely by dedicated collectors and coin experts. Over the decades, the £1 coin went through many design changes, including regional emblems like the leek of Wales, the flax of Northern Ireland, the thistle of Scotland, and the oak of England, but the 1983 version stands out. Over the decades, the £1 coin went through many design changes, including regional emblems like the leek of Wales, the flax of Northern Ireland, the thistle of Scotland, and the oak of England, but the 1983 version stands out not only for being the first, but also for its pure heraldic identity, representing the entirety of the United Kingdom in one design. It is often seen as a bridge between the old and the new, an artifact of modern monetary policy and a reminder of Britain's royal and numismatic traditions. As time went on, counterfeiting became an increasing concern, and the Royal Mint eventually replaced the £1 coin in 2017 with a new 12-sided bimetallic version, which included advanced security features like a latent image and micro-lettering. The 1983 coin and others like it were gradually removed from circulation, but they live on in the collections and hearts of enthusiasts who understand their significance in the larger narrative of British coinage. The £1 is now a relic of the late 20th century, a piece of history that continues to tell its story through the hands it passed through and the history it witnessed. So, when you hold a 1983 £1 coin, you are not just holding money. You are holding a part of a nation's journey through monarchy, reform, war, peace, design, and craftsmanship. You are holding the weight of tradition and the promise of innovation, a small disc of metal that traveled with millions, yet remained special to those who look closer and listen deeper. Here on Rare American Coins, we will take that deeper look. We will explore the unseen layers of stories behind these coins, and we will uncover the human effort, artistry, and history embedded within them. This is not just a welcome back. This is a welcome deeper into a world where coins speak volumes, and the 1983 £1 coin has much to say, so stay with us as we journey further into its past, its purpose, and coin a numismatic artifact that has captured the attention of collectors, historians, and enthusiasts around the globe. Though it is a British coin, its presence in American collections and its cross-cultural significance makes it a perfect subject for our exploration. We will trace the origins of the £1 coin, its political and cultural context, the design and production processes, the stories of the artists behind its creation, the symbolism embedded in its features, the economic climate that influenced its minting, and how it became a highly collectible item among numismatists, especially in the United States and beyond. Our story begins not in the year 2001, but centuries earlier, when Britain first began its journey toward a unified currency system that would one day lead to the creation of the modern £1 coin. To understand the 2001 edition fully, Coin to understand the 2001 edition fully, we must examine the lineage of coinage in the United Kingdom from the early silver pennies of Anglo-Saxon kings to the introduction of the gold sovereign under Henry VII and later the evolution toward decimalization in the 20th century. The pound sterling has undergone immense transformations, each change shaped by economic necessity, political reform, and artistic innovation. In 1983, the £1 coin was first introduced to replace the paper £1 note. It was a radical change for both the public and the banking systems, as coins were seen as more durable and cost-effective to produce. This shift marked the beginning of a new era in British coinage, with each subsequent year featuring a different design. To represent the nations within the United Kingdom, the 2001 £1 coin features a design that celebrates the Celtic cross emblematic of Northern Ireland, surrounded by a torque, a traditional decorative metal neckring associated with ancient Celtic culture. This design was created by the acclaimed artist and sculptor Norman Silman, a name that deserves recognition for his significant contributions to British coinage. Silman's works are known for their fine detail, historical accuracy, and respect for the heritage they represent. The Celtic cross is not just a religious symbol but a powerful icon of identity, history, and landscape. The torque further amplifies the ancient roots of this design element, symbolizing strength, status, and craftsmanship in pre-Roman societies. Now let us consider the minting process. The 2001 £1 coin was struck by the Royal Mint using advanced techniques that combined traditional hand engraving with computer-aided technology. The precision required to achieve the intricate lines of the Celtic cross and the texture of the torque demanded a high level of skill and innovation. The coin was made of nickel brass, a combination of metals chosen for durability and color, and weighed 9.5 grams with a diameter of 22.5 millimeters. Its edge bore an inscription in Latin dex et tamen, meaning an ornament and a safeguard, a phrase that carries historical resonance in British coinage dating back to the reign of Charles II. This inscription reflects the dual role of coins as both functional currency and national art form. The 2001 £1 coin was released into general circulation and was also made available in proof and uncirculated collector editions. Over the years, these special editions have become increasingly valuable, especially in high grades certified by leading grading agencies such as NGC and PCGS. Collectors in the United States often seek these coins due to their rarity, cultural symbolism, and aesthetic beauty. Many also value the 2001 coin as a representation of Irish heritage within the broader British context and as a tangible link to the past. Auctions and collector forums reveal a steady demand for this coin, particularly those with exceptional preservation or unusual minting errors. Speaking of errors, some 2001 £1 coins are known to have been struck with slight misalignments or imperfections, which paradoxically increases their value in the numismatic market. These anomalies tell meticulous standards of the Royal Mint, moving beyond the coin itself. The year 2001 was also a time of transition and tension in the United Kingdom. The political landscape was shifting, with debates over devolution, national identity, and economic policy all playing out in the public sphere. The £1 coin in this context can be seen as a quiet yet powerful symbol of unity, diversity, and historical depth. While each design aimed to represent one of the UK's four nations, it also reminded citizens of their shared economic framework and interwoven past. The role of coins as cultural messengers cannot be overstated. They are everyday items that carry extraordinary meaning. They travel through hands, across borders, between generations, and through time itself. In many ways, the 2001 £1 coin is a snapshot of a moment in history. Economics behind the 2001 £1 coin and reveal why it remains one of the most compelling entries in the annals of British coinage and a treasured item in collections worldwide. This is Rare American Coins, and this is the deep into one of the most talked about and intriguing coins in modern numismatics, the £1 coin from the year 2002. Though primarily known as a British denomination, This particular coin has captured the attention of collectors, investors, historians, and enthusiasts due to its design, historical context, cultural significance, production details, and the year 2002. We must examine the political and cultural environment of the United Kingdom at the time, a period when the British Royal Mint continued its long tradition of issuing circulating commemorative coins reflecting the diverse heritage and history of the nations that make up the UK. The 2000 to £1 coin was part of a wider thematic series celebrating the 4 constituent countries of the United Kingdom, and that year the spotlight was placed on Northern Ireland, a region rich with cultural complexity, historical weight, and unique symbolism. The reverse of the 2002 £1 coin features an intricate design of the Celtic cross with a ring of steps designed by Edwina Ellis, a talented engraver and printmaker known for her detailed and culturally resonant works. The design is not only a tribute to the ancient Celtic artistic traditions of Northern Ireland, but also a celebration of its identity, resilience, and contribution to the wider British Isles. The choice of the Celtic cross is symbolic in multiple ways as it reflects the fusion of Christian and pre-Christian beliefs, the long-standing history of stone crosses in Irish ecclesiastical sites, and the deeply rooted artistic styles that have influenced generations of artisans across Ireland and beyond. As we examine the technical specifications of the 2000 to £1 coin, we find that it is composed of nickel brass weighing 9.5 grams with a diameter of 22.5 millimeters and a thickness of 3.15 millimeters. Its edge is not merely milled but inscribed with the Latin phrase decusiti tutamen, meaning an ornament and a safeguard, a traditional motto used to prevent counterfeiting. And to add elegance to the coin's profile, the obverse features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank, broadly introduced in 1998 and used on UK coinage for several years. This portrait marked a shift towards realism and maturity in the depiction of the monarch, showing her with a tiara instead of a crown, symbolizing continuity, stability, and personal elegance. The 2000 to £1 coin was struck for circulation, as well as in brilliant uncirculated sets and proof finish, and as with many coins of this nature, variations in minting quality, condition, and packaging have contributed to differing values in the collector's market over time. We must delve into mintage figures to understand the rarity and distribution of the coin, with millions of pieces struck for circulation and additional pieces minted for collectors. The value of a 2002 £1 coin today is influenced by condition, provenance, packaging, and market demand. High-grade examples, particularly those in original packaging or part of limited edition sets, command premium prices, especially when they are graded and certified by reputable third-party grading services. Over the years, the £1 coin of 2002 has become a favorite among thematic collectors, especially those interested in Celtic history, Northern Irish culture, and the symbolic use of religious and national imagery on coins. Its place in the broader series of £1 coins featuring England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland makes it a vital piece in visual narrative created by the Royal Mint across several years. The story of the 2000 to £1 coin is also a story of transition, as it stands at the edge of a new era in coinage technology and design. The coin represents one of the final years before the complete redesign and security enhancement of the £1 denomination, which came in 2017 with the introduction of the 12-sided bimetallic coin, incorporating state-of-the-art anti-counterfeiting features such as a latent image, micro-lettering, milled edges, and hidden security codes. This transformation was partly due to the large number of counterfeit £1 coins in circulation during the early 2000s, making coins like the 2002 edition a key reference point for both researchers and security specialists in numismatics and forensic analysis. We must also consider how the cultural relevance of the coin has evolved as public memory of Queen Northern Ireland remains a place of cultural richness and political complexity. The symbolic weight of the 2000 to design only deepens. Collectors today often seek out coins not just for their monetary value but for the stories they tell the histories they preserve and the identities they reflect, and the 2000 to £1 coin fulfills all of these criteria beautifully. It tells a story of unity through diversity, of a nation remembering and honoring its distinct regions, and of an era in coinage where artistic heritage was given space to shine through mainstream currency. The longer we look at this coin, the more layers of meaning we uncover, from its material composition to its artistic roots, its place in monetary history, and its ongoing legacy in both collector and cultural circles. It represents more than just a unit of currency. It's a symbol of continuity, a vessel of tradition, and a small yet significant artifact of national identity. So whether you're a passionate numismatist, a history buff, a designer, an investor, or someone new to the world of coins, the 2000 to £1 coin offers a fascinating entry point into a wider world of discovery and appreciation. Welcome back to Rare American Coins, where we tell the stories behind the metal and bring to light the hidden gems of numismatic history. Stay tuned as we take you even deeper into the numismatic world and its significance to collectors all over the globe. The 2003 £1 coin was minted by the Royal Mint in the United Kingdom, and it featured a design that celebrated the nation of Wales. This was part of a wider series of £1 coins that began in 1983 when the coin was first introduced. Replacing the old £1 note, each coin in the series would represent a different part of the United Kingdom, including England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales, and the designs would rotate annually, reflecting the cultural identity and heritage of each region. The 2003 coin featured the dramatic depiction of the famous Welsh dragon, a symbol that has long been associated with Wales dating back to ancient times and the age of the Celts. This red dragon, known in Welsh as Y Dragok, appears on the national flag of Wales and is one of the most iconic heraldic symbols in all of Europe. The version on the 2003 coin was designed by artist Norman Silman, a sculptor and coin designer known for his ability to translate powerful imagery into miniature relief suitable for coinage. This dragon is fierce, proud, and strong. It represents the warrior spirit of Wales and its long fight for autonomy and cultural preservation. The dragon faces left, wings unfurled, claws extended, and tail curled beneath the body. It is a design filled with movement, power, and grace. It is not only a representation of national pride, but also a demonstration of fine artistic technique in the limited space of a £1 coin. The obverse of the coin carries the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank, broadly introduced in 1998 and used on UK coins until 2015. This portrait features the Queen wearing the tiara of the girls of Great Britain and Ireland, and it represents a more mature depiction of the monarch who had by then reigned for more than 4 decades. This continuity of the monarch's image across the coins of the United Kingdom served as a stable anchor, while the reverse designs shifted to reflect the diversity of the UK. The 2003 £1 coin was struck in nickel, brass, and alloy that gives the coin its distinctive golden color. It weighs 9.5 grams and has a diameter of 22.5 millimeters. Its edge is milled and also features an inscription in Latin. The edge inscription on this particular coin reads "Pledial with IMGWLAD," which translates as "True am I to my country," a line taken from the Welsh national anthem. This inscription further strengthens the cultural ties of the coin to Wales and connects it to centuries of national tradition and pride. Understanding the significance of this coin also requires us to look at the historical context of its release. In the early 2000s, the United Kingdom was undergoing significant cultural and political shifts, with increasing devolution of power to the individual nations within the UK. The establishment of the National Assembly for Wales in 1999 was a major step toward recognizing the political distinctiveness of Wales, and the 2003 coin can be seen as both a celebration and a reaffirmation of Welsh identity within the UK framework. As with all coins in the £1 series, the 2003 issue had a limited mintage and was intended for circulation, but many of these coins were quickly snapped up by collectors, especially those with an interest in thematic or regional coin collecting. The popularity of the Welsh dragon design made this coin one of the more memorable and sought after releases in the series, and it continues to be a centerpiece in many UK and world coin collections. Over the years, the 2003 £1 coin has taken on additional significance as it became part of the pre-decimal legacy when in 2017 the Royal Mint introduced a new 12-sided £1 coin featuring cutting-edge anti-counterfeiting technology. The older round pound coins were demonetized. This meant that coins like the 2003 Dragon design were no longer accepted as legal tender, although they remained highly prized by collectors for their historical value and artistic merit. Examining this coin closely under magnification reveals the extraordinary craftsmanship that went into its production. Every scale on the dragon, every curve of its wings, and every element of the text and relief shows the precision and care of the minting process at the Royal Mint located in Llantrisant, South Wales, the same region celebrated by the coin itself. This poetic connection between location, production, and national pride is part of what makes this coin so special. Today, the 2003 £1 coin stands not only as a beautiful object, but as a symbol of a specific time and place in British and Welsh history. It marks a moment of growing national identity in Wales, a period of artistic excellence in coin design, and a transitional moment in British currency as the older round pound series approached its end. This coin bridges the gap between past and future tradition and innovation, culture and currency. Collectors today continue to search for the best quality examples of the 2003 coin, with particular attention paid to uncirculated and proof versions, which were produced in much smaller quantities and display even more refined details and higher finish. These special issues were often sold directly by the Royal Mint to collectors and come packaged in official presentation boxes with certificates of authenticity, adding to their desirability and long-term value. As we explore the world of rare American and international coins, the 2003 £1 coin reminds us that every coin has a story, every design a message, and every piece of currency is a small time capsule capturing the spirit of the people and the place that created it. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a curious newcomer to the hobby, the tale of the Welsh dragon on the 2003 £1 coin is one that continues to inspire admiration, respect, and fascination. Prime Minister of the United Kingdom Ronald Reagan is President of the United States. Technology is moving forward rapidly, and the world of currency is seeing incredible changes. The British government had recently introduced the £1 coin in 1983. Replacing the traditional paper £1 note, it was a move driven by practicality, durability, and modernization, yet it was a move that sparked debate and excitement alike. The 1985 £1 coin is a continuation of that initial release. It represents the third year of issuance of the coin that would become a staple of British currency circulation. But what makes the 1985 £1 coin so unique and special is its design, its symbolism, and the story it tells about the United Kingdom. During a pivotal time in modern history, the coin itself is made of a nickel-brass alloy, giving it a distinct golden color that stands out in any collection. It weighs exactly 9.5 grams and measures 22.5 millimeters in diameter. The edge of the coin is milled and carries an inscription in Latin decaciti tutamen, meaning an ornament and a safeguard, a phrase with historical roots that harken back to the traditions of English minting and coinage. This inscription also serves a practical purpose, making the coin harder to counterfeit at a time when counterfeiting was a serious threat to national economies. The obverse side of the coin features the portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, sculpted by the renowned artist Raphael Makloff. This portrait was introduced in 1985 and remained in use until 1997. Makloff as depiction of the Queen shows her wearing the George IV state diadem, a crown encrusted with diamonds and pearls created for the coronation of King George IV in 1821. The portrait is elegant, regal, and projects a sense of continuity and stability, important qualities during the late 20th century. Turning to the reverse side, we find a design that truly captures the spirit of the United Kingdom. The 1985 coin features the national emblem of Wales, the leek, encircled by a royal diadem. The leek has been a symbol of Wales for centuries, dating back to Saint David, the patron saint of Wales, who, according to legend, advised Welsh soldiers to wear leeks on their helmets to distinguish themselves from the Saxon enemies during battle. The leek thus became a proud symbol of Welsh identity, resilience, and unity. The royal diadem surrounding the leek emphasizes the integral role of Wales within the United Kingdom, highlighting the interconnected histories and destinies of the different nations that make up Britain. The designer of this reverse side is Leslie Durbin, a master craftsman and one of the most respected silversmiths of his generation. Durbin was selected to create a series of designs for the £1 coin representing each constituent country of the United Kingdom. His work is celebrated for its elegance, clarity, and symbolic richness, qualities that are fully evident in the 1985 £1 coin. Minting numbers for the 1985 £1 coin are significant. The Royal Mint produced over 228 million of these coins for general circulation. However, many coins from this year were heavily used, and finding a high-grade uncirculated or proof version today can be quite challenging and highly desirable among collectors. The proof versions, especially those minted for special collector sets, display an incredible level of detail and finish, showcasing the artistry behind the coin in ways that circulated examples cannot. As we journey deeper into the context, it is important to understand the broader economic and cultural environment of the time. The mid-1980s were a period of intense change. The United Kingdom was shifting from a traditional manufacturing economy to a more service-oriented and financial-based economy. This transformation brought both prosperity and hardship, and the new coinage represented a part of that modernization drive. Coins had to be durable, secure, efficient for the bustling commerce of the era. Moreover, the introduction of the £1 coin and its various national emblems was a way of acknowledging and celebrating the distinct identities within the United Kingdom at a time when issues of national identity, regional autonomy, and cultural pride were becoming more prominent. The coin served not just as currency, but as a tool of subtle nation building and cultural recognition. It reminded everyone who held it of the shared heritage and the unique traditions that make up Britain. Collectors today are particularly interested in the 1985 £1 coin for several reasons. Firstly, its historical significance as part of the early years of the £1 series. Secondly, its beautiful and deeply symbolic design. And thirdly, its role within sets that collectors strive to complete. The full set of coins featuring national emblems from England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland is a popular goal among numismatists, and the 1985 Welsh leek coin is an essential part of that quest. Condition is critical when evaluating these coins. Coins that have seen heavy circulation will often exhibit wear, particularly on the finer details of the diadem and the leek. Uncirculated coins, or those graded by professional services such as NGC or PCGS, can command significantly higher values. Proof coins, in their original presentation packaging, can be especially valuable, particularly when accompanied by a certificate of authenticity from the Royal Mint. Errors and varieties also play a role in the appeal of the 1985 £1 coin. Collectors have reported examples with off-center strikes, double strikes, and other minting errors. While rare, these error coins can be highly sought after and may command premiums far above the value of standard issues. Over time, the £1 coin itself has undergone transformations, including the introduction of a new 12-sided bimetallic version in 2017 designed to combat increasingly sophisticated counterfeiting. Methods, however, coins like the 1985 issue remain beloved snapshots of an earlier time, a testament to the craftsmanship, artistry, and national pride that went into their creation. When you hold a 1985 1-pound coin, you are not just holding a piece of metal. You are holding a story, you are holding a piece of art, you are holding a symbol of resilience, tradition, and unity. Every scratch, every patina, every shine tells part of its journey, from the bustling streets of London to the quiet countryside of Wales, from the pockets of working men and women to the velvet-lined cases of collectors. As we continue through this video, we will look closer at comparisons between the 1985 1-pound coin and other coins of the era. We will explore how different minting techniques have evolved. We will dive into the biographies of the artists and mint masters behind the coins. We will visit historical sites connected to the symbols on the coins, like St. David's Cathedral in Wales and the Royal Mint itself in Lantrizant. We will hear stories from collectors who have hunted for years to find the perfect example of the 1985 coin, and we will look at auctions where rare specimens have fetched incredible prices, showcasing the enduring fascination and value of this humble yet historic coin. Stay with me as we continue this deep dive into the rich history, craftsmanship, and collecting magic of the 1985 1-pound coin, only here on Rare American Coins.